What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Maverick Performance Golf, and we are in another Quick 9 interview series, this time with the lead singer from the band Prophets and Outlaws, Mr. Matt Boggs.
Hey everybody.
How you doing, man?
Thanks for having me out.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So, have you seen any of these videos yet?
I saw Justin.
Sorry.
I watched the whole thing, Justin. That was good. And I've seen some of your One Club, other things. So yeah, it's cool.
I love how you said some of the One Club.
I did not watch the whole video.
That's a little messed up.
Well, I think you get a view.
I've seen your whole show.
That's good.
Multiple times.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll watch the video when I get home.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so we have the TXRDR Challenge that we're playing at the Troubadour Golf and Field Club, that thanks to Frizzell.
Here in Nashville.
So he shot 6 over. And then just the other day, and the video's not out yet, but just the other day we had Steve Helms in, and he shot more. He was 11 over, I believe, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'll have to double check it. So the score to beat is 6 over.
That's enough for me.
Right?
Yeah.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Hopefully I'm not too close to you here.
Okay, here goes nothing. There's more pressure than when we were warming up. I mean, I know Steve's watching, and I'm sure Justin's watching. And
that's probably about it. Whoever you bring to the table, we're still new at this.
Lost my tee again. Oh, there it is.
Good swing.
Thank you.
So I always end up asking the very same question out of the gates, just because I'm a little curious myself. But how did you get into the game of golf?
When I was like 4 years old, you know, my granddad he cut down some clubs for me and put grips on. So I've always had a set of golf clubs that kind of fit me. And whenever we would go to their house and hang out on the 42, we'd go play golf in the backyard. And that was just our way of getting out of the house. And so I've always loved golf. Never really played competitively. I played a little bit in high school, but not enough to really become a very great golfer, but I sure like the game.
Left that one out to the right a little bit, buddy.
So the bunker's gonna be tough.
It's a different feeling. Like I told you right before we came on, just play it like a grass pop bunker is probably the best way, and you're gonna wanna fly it to the hole. Okay. It's not gonna wanna run out real much.
To the pin. Bladed it. Might get lucky if I hit the top of the bunker.
Stay off the cart path. And in case you see James wandering around back here behind me, this is James Guggenheimer, drummer and apparently social media guy for the day.
That's right.
So I just realized the one thing we did not kind of go over was how auto putt works.
Right.
So anything inside 12 feet is an automatic gimme. That's just the setting we played with Justin.
Okay.
So it doesn't show you only hit that 27. So you're 27 feet. So after 12 feet, it takes the PGA Tour averages. So it takes slope into consideration a little bit, as well as kind of a difficulty of putt.
Okay. How does it know I want to hit 8-iron?
It's really good about.
It's awesome.
It knows.
It just knows.
An AI.
Good swing. Turn over a little bit. Oh, it's got to go a little bit too. Go.
Oh!
You're enjoying these bunkers so far.
Yeah. Getting my money's worth out here in Nashville.
So where do you normally get to play golf at around here?
Around here I play with you.
So we don't play much golf,
I'm
is what I just
over
heard.
on the D side of DFW. I love Tennyson Park. It's been there forever. It's where Lee Trevino grew up playing, and I probably played there a couple hundred times in the last 10 years. Just love that place. 17 yards.
Sit right there on it.
Having a tough time with these bunkers.
Yeah, you're picking it just a little thin. So do you have a favorite golf course in the area, or is it just kind of wherever you can play at
Well,
that day?
my favorite golf course, it's kind of, I grew up on Sherrill Park Golf Course.
Okay.
Not, you know, it's just a muni, nothing to it.
There's some really cool views from that golf course, though.
Really cool. And I've had some of the best rounds of my life there when I was, you know, for me, when I was younger. And so I just have good, fond memories of that place. And it's actually, they've stepped it up. It's very nice. For as much as they get played out there, my parents live out there on the course. So I used to walk on when I was a kid every night and hit some 7-irons.
So you were that kid, weren't you?
Sure was.
Go in. Good shot.
And I got kicked off, you know, all the time. And then I'd go fishing out there, and we'd have like parties at my house, and then at night we'd go out on the golf course. And yeah. All right, I'm not doing well.
No, you are 3 over after 2, man.
Okay. Gotta turn it on here.
Justin, your number's looking safer all of a sudden.
Yeah. So if I just mash this.
Yep, or you can use the mouse if you want a little bit more precise.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go right at the bunker. So I'm not scared of them. I've been in enough of them today. I'm scared of losing it right, Ryan.
You might have done that a little bit before we started filming.
Full disclosure, I'm a left to right player. High fly ball, deep right center field. It's not in the bunker, so we're at least good there.
Yeah. Fairway's a fairway. Nice little kick forward too, so it's a little 290. I don't know if you need your 4-iron or not. If you do, I'm leaning. You have 218 left to it.
18 is about a 4-iron. Thank you, sir.
So, as far as your band, which is the band Prophets and Outlaws, what's the best way you guys would describe your sound? Because I know that's been a fluctuating thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a moving target, and we're not trying to sound like anything. It's just kind of sort of like a golf swing. Like, I don't know where it came from or why it is the way it is, but you know, Jamie plays jazz, James grew up playing rock, and Steven grew up playing classic rock, and I grew up with country and R&B, and that's Southern soul somehow. You know, can't explain it.
Which is cool. It's your own thing.
Yeah, and that's the best part about it is it is unique. So.
Because I have a buddy that
get out of there. Come on.
Always likes to hear new stuff. And this was years ago. Well, I say that. How long has Dreamer's been out now?
A year and...
Dreamer? Singular or plural?
Dreamer.
Single. Why can't it be multiple Dreamers? Come on. Just kidding. Because that's not what it was written as.
The sequel.
The sequel. So
let's get a good chip here.
The album Dreamer had just come out, and I kind of pulled up your stuff and just kind of had the entire library kind of on shuffle. And I think it was because of how iTunes. There you go.
Oh, getting there.
And because obviously the song Dreamer was the first single off that album, right? So because that one came up, it played out first, and then it went to Texas Home.
Yeah.
And then it popped over to what's the name of? It's about something in Mexico.
Mexico Tonight.
Mexico Tonight. It literally bounced everywhere, and then Wolf Howl came on.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean, at some point, he went, "What in the crap am I like?" He goes, "They're good, but I don't understand."
Yeah, that's.
He's like, "This is the same. Yeah, this is the same band." And I said, "Yeah, they developed."
We're still finding our sound.
Sure.
I mean, we're gonna do a new album here soon, and I doubt it sounds very much like the last one.
Well, and guys I've talked to, and guys you're buddies with too, they always said they're trying to always challenge themselves sonically, as well as lyrically. So, like Wade's a great example. There's not as much of a variance there in sound, but you can obviously tell a difference from album to album if you listen to it.
That high altitude air.
Just let it carry. Good ball. It's gonna roll a little bit too because it's downhill. So do you guys have, and I asked this because you're sitting right here next to me as well, but do you guys have a favorite venue you guys have gotten to play?
Oh yeah, I mean Green Hall's awesome. Here locally, we played at Magnolia Motor Lounge forever. That place in its own right is really cool. Billy Bob's is amazing. Gillies, in Dallas.
I still haven't been there.
Really? Done a lot of cool
Dallas,
things there.
man.
We played the Dallas, the the Dallas Cowboys did a 25-year anniversary with Emmett and Troy and
The first time Jimmy and Jerry were in the same room.
Yep.
Since
At Gillies.
breakup.
Since the breakup, is that what you said?
Yeah, since the divorce.
Since the divorce, that's a better way. Yeah.
Hang on.
Cut a little. Let's turn the other way.
Sit,
Stay
maybe?
right there. It's gonna be the yardage.
And Matt's got a good story. He suspects that there was a bare knuckle brawl between the
So
old
Barry had like a big gash over his head, and it wasn't dressed or anything. Like you think if you're going out and you get a big gash on your head, you at least put a Band-Aid on it. Dude, the thing was still like
Oozing?
I wonder if they got in a little scrum, you know, in the parking lot or something. I don't know. I didn't see anything, but I'm just speculating.
I'm not saying. I know nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you're already on hole 5, man. Oh, you birdied that.
Yeah, he's in the rhythm now.
Yeah.
The rhythm of
I'm gonna get 3 questions in. Good swing. Oh, stay there.
And where are you going?
It's just trailing a little bit.
Where you
Yeah,
going, little
stay
ball?
out of the bunker. Land soft. Or, oh, just out of it. At least you don't actually have to stand like that. 135 in.
35. It's pretty much a stock P.
So this is one of those shots where you're not necessarily on the plane. You almost have to pretend like your ground level just continues on. So just hit it normal.
Just normal. Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna shoot. It's not like it thinks your feet are way beneath it or anything.
Okay.
It's bunkers are the exception to that rule because it doesn't.
Do I need to aim straight on, or do I always just aim at like if you?
So the TrackMan itself is aimed at that little cup.
Okay. So I
So
should,
that's your
for
straight
the most
line.
part, be aiming at.
Well, as long as you hit it straight at the, so wherever you are, it's pretty much straight unless you want to intentionally pull it or push it.
I
Or,
gotcha.
this might be the fastest round we've had.
Where are you
Push it a
going?
little bit.
Yuck.
You know, one end to the other.
Yuck.
So you said you guys are working on a new album or about to start working on a new
Well, I
album?
mean, we're
Always working
I
on a
would
new
say
album.
we're about to start a new album. I mean, we have lots of songs, and we don't really have a date to get in the studio. I guess would be the caveat. We're not ready to go in just yet.
We're thinking around March we'll hit the studio.
About to say, with the current climate, does anybody have a real expectation of time anymore anyway?
No.
Go.
Go. Big bounce.
Barely.
So I asked Steve this because the other day, he didn't give me a very good answer, and I'm gonna start asking everybody, but obviously with the current pandemic, most musicians are just sitting at home for the most part. There's obviously live streams and stuff like that you guys are doing, but how have you guys been passing the time?
Well,
I know how you've been passing the time.
I've got 3 kids, so I've been passing the time playing with my kids and trying to teach my son how to play golf. And used to, excuse me, my son's trying to be left-handed like
Oh boy,
Brazil, so
fix that.
I gotta nip that in the bud right away.
Is he left-handed?
Talking about, get him into baseball.
He seems
Just
like
teach him how to swing a golf club right-handed though.
Okay, that's fine.
he seems like he's right-handed with everything else, but he swings baseball bats and golf clubs lefty.
Baseball's good. What else is good as a lefty? Tennis? Tennis is good as a lefty.
Great shot, Matt.
Thanks.
Oh, you're blowing through this thing, man. I'm gonna have to have you slow down for a second.
2-putt from 39 feet, that seems generous for me.
It's being nice. Yeah, you're right at number 7. Good Lord.
What's my score?
+3, top right.
Okay. What was Justin, +6?
Yeah, just
Should I
aim
be
down
aiming
the
at
line.
the cup or down the line?
No, aim down the line.
Okay.
Because if you aim left, the TrackMan doesn't know.
I'm not pulling it.
Yeah, so it uses a direct line from it to that cup
Okay.
to create a wall.
Okay.
And so if you're in your universe on this wall, you have to continue that forward.
Okay. I mean, man, I couldn't imagine taking lessons. This would be amazing. I feel like you get so good.
You talking about in here or just in general?
In here with an instructor, all the feedback you get on the TrackMan and the numbers, and
it's a lot.
Yeah, but if you have someone like you to tell me what the hell they mean.
That's the hard part about TrackMan.
Right, you get the numbers like, great, what does any of that mean?
I mean, you could do a lot of this stuff and it's a lot of fun,
yeah.
But then you turn around and you get into the practice mode and you see about 120 different data points pop up on the right side of the screen and just a bunch of numbers and things that you've never heard of. And
exactly.
Everybody glazes over. We were talking with the TrackMan rep the other day and we were referencing Dustin Johnson, who has been using a TrackMan now for almost 10 years. They said he looks at 2 numbers and he only uses it when his wedges, and that's carry distance and launch angle.
Wow.
And I kind of asked him, so why just those 2 numbers out of curiosity? So on wedges, so there's this misconception. One of the things TrackMan has done is it's opened up the science of golf beyond all belief. So people think that if you put a whole bunch of launch on a wedge shot, so say you're 40 yards out, but you got a little bunker. Let's say you have this and you're just trying to come over the top here, and you want to take a wedge and hit it 40 yards. Well, the higher up you go, the more spin you're going to get, and it's going to land softer. Would it blow your mind if I said the higher you hit it, the less spin you're going to get?
A little bit, but I guess that's the way you're impacting it. And
exactly. So what causes spin? Friction, right? So if you get a launch, so like even on a lob wedge, if you're trying to get max spin, so I was hitting with a brand new wedge into it, and I tried to stay under 40 degrees of launch, which for a wedge is pretty low, but I was getting almost 12,000 RPMs of spin. That's gonna suck back significantly. Like on a standard green here in Texas, which is like a Tiff Eagle or a hybrid grass, that's rolling at about 11, that's probably gonna suck back about 5 feet.
Okay.
Whereas I went to go hit a flop shot up and over it, I increased to 52, and my spin dropped to 4,500 RPMs. So stuff like that is crazy, and it teaches us how to play the golf course better, just situational shot types.
I mean, that felt perfect.
Yeah, it's right on it. It might just turn a little left. Great shot. Get Matty going. That's gonna be a little birdie right there again. Another one.
If I didn't get in a double bogey hole off of one.
Yeah, now to +2.
A gimme putt from 14 feet or whatever that was a little generous for me. Let me say.
I didn't look at the settings, and
that's okay. I'll take.
Hey, everybody gets to play the same settings.
Right. Okay, 214, and I feel like long would suck. Short's not terrible.
So
I don't think I have enough club to get there with a 5-iron.
Then hit a soft 4. Just don't. If you're gonna miss it long left, not long right.
If I could be that accurate, I wouldn't miss it in the first place. Is there a shorter one? Yeah. There is. I got it right. I already had it.
So obviously, as you guys play in music, you've played for the most part all over the country now, or at least gone between spots, between stops. But are there any golf courses that have stood out that you've gotten to play?
Yeah, and I actually thought you might ask me this, so I was trying to think in my head. And
look at you preparing.
Well, one of them that I really loved was the Bandit in New Braunfels.
Yeah,
and it's just a muni, you walk on, nothing to it, but it's a
little golf course.
Layout, and sometimes I'll bring my clubs and throw them in the trailer, and so I'll only have time for 9 or whatever. So that's a perfect course for that kind of thing. But one time we were driving in New Mexico and we had to stop in Santa Fe, and I don't remember why. It was I had a hotel that was open, it was late at night, and we wake up the next morning and there's this beautiful golf course like on the right next door, Toa, I think it was called. Okay. And it was like not that much, not a big deal. I brought my golf clubs. I played 18 holes completely by myself. There's tons of elevation, and the ball went forever. And it was a beautiful day, and it was like one of the most fun times I've ever had on the road.
So what's crazy about that story is that was probably about 5 or 6 years ago now?
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 years ago, my wife jumps horses, you know this, but so we were in Santa Fe at a place called Hippico Equestrian Park, and she was at a show. Well, I take my golf clubs when I go on those things because there's a whole lot of sit around and watch, followed by 3 minutes of someone riding you care about, followed by a whole lot of sit around and do nothing. So I take my golf clubs and I wander off when downtime. And I don't know if my wife had taken a picture and put it on social media or something, and you saw it and texted me or commented or something and said, "Are you in New Mexico?" And I said, "Yeah." And I go, "I'm actually thinking," and we got talking through text message at some point. And I said, "Yeah, we're in Santa Fe." I go, "Wife, she's out here doing a jump." And this was like, you were there weeks before. And I said, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna go play golf somewhere." And you literally go,
"I know where you should go."
This place. Yeah. And I went, it is a really cool golf course.
It is. It's super cool.
Yeah. Oh, did you play it too?
No, I walked a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But I did do Bandit. I still have a shirt from there.
Do you?
It's like one of the first times I played.
Code it.
What's crazy is now, and how long have we known each other now, Matt?
Well, it would have been one of the picking for preemies.
One of the first ones.
14 or 2014, 2015.
So we'll say coming up on 10 years, 8 to 10 years, something in that ballpark.
Yeah, 8 years or so.
It's funny because Matt and I pop up in different locations, really close together or not at the same spot. So 2 years ago, you were at a wedding in Orlando.
My sister.
Do you remember this?
My littlest sister's wedding.
So
we were at the PGA.
So every year at the end of January, I go speak and attend the PGA merchandise show. A lot of people call it the PGA conference. It's just a gathering, and it's pretty much where they release all the new equipment and all kinds of stuff. And I'm sitting in the airport at DFW getting ready.
Go! I should have
getting ready to get on the plane, and you know, when you're sitting, we're getting ready for a plane, there's nothing much to do, so I'm just doing this on my phone. I don't want to pull headphones out and all that yet, and I'm scrolling along, and I see Matt taking pictures at pretty much at Disney World, is where you guys were.
That's exactly where we were.
And I text him, like, are you in Orlando, right now? And I didn't see the text till I landed, obviously, back. And he said, yeah, we just got here a few days ago. We're here for what you just said, you know, my little sister's wedding. And I went, huh. And then the year after that, this isn't a you story, but we're sitting there and we're looking for something to do on a Friday night. Show's ended. I don't fly out till Saturday, so I have nothing better to do. And we jump on Bands in Town, as a lot of people do, just to see if there's anything. Somebody mentioned music, and I said, okay, let's look. And because of all the guys I follow in there, it's all you guys and Wade and Randy and Casey and all those guys that I follow. So it pulls that similar thing. And I look up, and literally across the street from my hotel was the House of Blues.
Oh yeah,
and
I remember this.
Reckless Kelly was playing there. And so I literally just wandered over there and knocked on the bus door and said, hey boys.
Remember me?
And then my liver regretted it ever since.
Yeah.
Because it turned into, literally I could hear, you can hear them all too. Like, oh, this was gonna be a light night drinking, not anymore.
Not anymore.
I have to make a 10 a.m. flight. That's my only stipulation here.
Yeah, flight's no big deal. It's not like you have to fly the plane.
No, but you do have to show up in some manner that is respectable for everybody else.
That's way right. Just sit down.
Well,
Hit
funny.
the cart path and go really far.
I think we actually tried to get together for a beer one evening, and it just, the one night you could because you didn't have something going on was the one night I couldn't.
Yeah, no, it's hard to.
About
being a musician, your weekends when all your friends are free
Right.
is when you're busiest. What am I gonna do here? Hooded 4-iron?
We're on the last hole already, so you got 2 shots to play with and still win.
I just don't want to hit a tree right now.
You want to aim out and go even more conservative? Because you can aim out over that bunker if you want.
I just want to get back to the course. So that's 106 to land.
Yeah,
right
but remember you have that tree right there too, so don't go too high.
Don't go too
And then-
low because I got the bunker right there.
Deep rough, so you have 83% power, 66% spin.
Okay, so what do you think I should hit?
Well, what would you? Well, let me ask you this. I would probably tell you to hit like an 8-iron or something like that, just because of the tree. But saying that is, I don't know what you have to do to hit an 8-iron. I would play it about 115.
So hit a 8-iron that goes about 115.
Yep, because and you just make sure you absolutely get it past about 70 yards because of that bunker.
Okay.
But you don't want to hit too high either, so it's
70
a whole lot of what you shouldn't
yards.
use. Do that.
Do that.
You're coachable, man. Be dangerous with the caddy out there.
Oh yeah, it's just.
So we talked a little bit about golf courses you've gotten to play around that you like, and you kind of said the band. Is there one that just takes the cake?
Well, I got to play Spyglass when I was getting married.
Okay.
Right before I got married, we went out and did Pebble and Spyglass.
Yep.
2 rounds, round it, Pebble and then Spyglass the first day.
Yep.
And then opposite the next day. And then we played Monterey Peninsula on the way out.
Right.
And that was like the golf trip of a lifetime. So
Yep.
there's really no point chasing that anymore. Like I feel like I made it to the Mecca basically.
Which is crazy because it's up there as far as resort golf, but there's so many different golf courses that are equally as cool, they just look different.
Yeah.
Like I just went up to Whistling Straight in Erin Hills.
Erin Hills, I've always, because I vacationed a lot when I was younger in Wisconsin in the summer, like the Dells, and another example of how we're like right there.
Oh, right. I didn't even know this, I don't think.
But there's a lot of fun, really great unis out there that it's challenging, and the grass is so lush up there. It's fun. It's a different game than down in Texas.
There's a course just north of the Dells, technically called Trapper's Turn.
I played there a lot.
Yeah,
I love
so
Trapper's Turn.
when I was a kid, we used to get a cabin every summer, and I would go up there for like a month.
Yeah,
and then all my cousins would come in. Oh. So I have a cousin that has a cabin that's literally 15 minutes north of there in a town called Adams, and it's literally like he lives on the Wisconsin River. I love it up there, man. Well, and then if you go down to Madison, you've got so you got Sand Valley, which is the Bandon Dune guys' kind of like playground. The guys that made and built and owned Bandon Dunes built Sand Valley, and it is right outside the Dells. But that wasn't there when we were kids. Or at least since I've been really up there. It's gonna get up there. Shot. Well, and just like that, Matt's done. That's like a land speed record too.
So when do I get the bag?
Wow.
I took a double on number 1 and a bogey on number 2.
And you ended up 3 over. That was literally your only bogey, and you had 2 birdies.
I'm not that proud of my performance because the first hole was tough, but I'm pretty happy though. This was fun. Super fun actually, and it's like 900 degrees outside, and we wouldn't be doing this right now. So
when you called me and said we got a show in Granbury, you want to get together and play golf or something, and I went, I got a better idea. I mean, it's still golf, but
can you open this place back up after the show?
All right. Well, we have a new leader in the clubhouse at 3 over.
I'm not confident it's going to hold, but I'm happy with my last 7 holes.
There's still some players that have to come in.
Yeah, so
we'll Casey see. And Wade are both pretty good.
I won't go home yet. I'll stick around, see what goes.
Just watch the leaderboard, get a sandwich.
Yeah.
Maybe a beer.
Yeah.
Do want to give a quick thanks to 1611 BJ and Aaron for hosting us, as well as our apparel sponsor with Surf and Turf. Matt and the band Prophets and Outlaws, where can they find all y'all stuff?
Prophetsandoutlaws.com. Come see a show if you're in the neighborhood. We'd love to see you. Thanks so much.
Do you guys have anything coming up? This will come out in about 2 weeks.
In about 2
Maybe.
weeks. In about 2 weeks, we're supposed to be in Lubbock. I don't know if that's actually happening or not. And I couldn't tell you what we're supposed to do in 2 weeks, to be honest with you. So
nice.
I don't have anything for you there.
And as in the world of COVID, just check them out online or on their social media, and you'll get updates through that.
Check the golf course.
Check the golf course. That's where Matt will be. Now that he knows this place exists.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much for playing, buddy.
Thanks.
And we'll see you in the next one.